How can you go from managing to leading? In the last two videos, we've looked at how important it is to get out of the weeds and take a strategic perspective. We've looked at how powerful your leadership presence can be when you focus on ensuring that everybody around you feels confident and feels successful when they're working with you. And now we're going to look at a third aspect of your invisible resume, which isn't the one that's written on paper. It's the one that people experience when they work with you. And what we're going to look at today is how you can build your authentic leadership style. Now, why do you need an authentic leadership style? Why can't you just lead like your boss or somebody else that you admire? Well, certainly there are things to learn by observing them. But the higher you go, the more competition you face, the more your resume on paper looks like everybody else's, and the more important your own authentic style is to your success. It becomes the reason that you get the job or you close the contract. And it becomes more sustainable because when you're acting like somebody else, it takes energy, and the more responsibility you get, the less energy you have to waste. So you need to be authentic. Now, how do you build an authentic leadership style? Well, sometimes you invest in big ways to go get a new skill, like you hire a speech coach to help you become a good and confident public speaker. But more often, you invest in small things and you improve on small things every day to become more powerful in your interactions, both interpersonally and in terms of how you lead and manage a group. Here's an example of a small thing that can have a big impact. I worked with a woman, we'll call her Meg, a few years ago. And Meg had a great career. She had a lot going for her, but she kind of hit a plateau in her executive journey, and we were looking for things that she could do to kind of get unstuck. And we found a small thing, which was she could never say, "I will have that to you by Friday." She couldn't make a commitment comfortably. What she said instead was, "I'll try." And she was trying to protect her overextended team. She was trying not to make commitments she'd have to break. So she had a good motivation. But it was undermining her in her ability to communicate in a way that people would have confidence in her ability to deliver. So she learned to turn that little statement, "I'll try," into 3 other kinds of statements. She learned to say, "I'll have that to you by Friday, and if anything comes up, I'll let you know by Thursday." She learned to say, "We can't have that to you by Friday, but tell me what you need it for. Maybe we can get you what you need, even if it's not what you ask for." And she learned to say no. She learned to say, "No, we can't have that by Friday, but we will have it to you by Tuesday." And by turning this very small behavior around, she gained a lot of power in each of those conversations. She became a more precise steward of her and her group's resources, and she demanded greater precision from the people that were coming to her with needs. This was all good. But the real power in this for Meg was that she saw how a small thing could become a big thing, and how every little behavior that she could turn into something more authentic to her, more capable, more powerful, was adding to her invisible leadership resume. And she took responsibility for that journey right then and there. She owned the process from there on. And she started looking at everything she said, everything she did for opportunities to become more powerful. And she did. And she has really grabbed that journey and made it her own. And in the process, she's become a very powerful and authentic leader. And this is what you can do too. And so what I ask of you is, what is on your invisible resume right now? How authentic is it to who you are? How powerful is it? And most importantly, what are you going to do today to invest in your invisible resume and your authentic leadership style?